Welcome to Temur Gates. As far as our opening hand goes, yes, I like this. We're going to keep on this one. Rhythm of the Wild, Thud, and Niv Mizzet. Niv Mizzet is a little ambitious in this deck. It's actually a new addition to the deck, but hey, can't shoot for the stars if you don't have any stars in your deck. So let's go and go for Simic Guildgate. Yeah, that'll be a good one. All right, we're going to have that come into play tap, then we're going to go and pass the turn. But yeah, you know, this particular deck, I'm pretty sure the way I sequence this this video, you're going to be able to see that first game. And that you can see how explosive this deck can be. You know, it looks like we're about to lose to Mill, and then we just get down and finally find Rhythm of the Wild, and then we're just like, all right, let's get ourselves a Gatebreaker Ram with some trample and start swinging across. Now, our opponent's going to go for a Kitesail Freebooter, and let's see, they end up taking Gates Ablaze, which, you know, it's not the end of the world on that. So let's go Gruul Guildgate. That way we can at least kind of jam a Growth Spiral next turn, and then we'll keep our fingers crossed that we run into a land. After that, all right, so it looks like we're playing against Mono Black. At least discard or some sort, or maybe Rakdos Aggro or Midrange. Charted Cores. I think either, so we're going to draw a card, get that down, and then we can chart a course, get rid of Niv Mizzet if we wanted to, but I think I kind of like holding on to it. So you know what, let's go chart a course, that way we can just dig a little bit deeper into our library. There we go, double Guild Gates, and that's going to be another red source and another blue source for Niv Mizzet. So I think at this point, actually I don't mind getting rid of Thud, so we're going to get rid of Thud. Let's get down Rakdos Guild Gates. So that's going to be 2 red, and then once we get down Simic Guildgate, that's going to be 2 blue, and then we can slowly start working towards that last red source to get down Niv Mizzet. But yeah, this is a brand new deck that I'm testing out for the, not a brand new deck, but testing out Niv Mizzet just to kind of see how it's going to work out. Now, we draw into Guild Summit, which is a wonderful draw for this deck. If you're playing against Mono Black or any sort of discard deck, Guild Summit is their worst enemy. I mean, it's just one of those cards that we can, basically, whatever they're trying to do 1-for-1, we can get down Guild Summit and just start making land drops and draw an extra card, and that's going to completely negate their entire game plan. So, all right, they're going to go for Playcrafter. I guess. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, that didn't work out too well. Kind of want to hold on to our land drops because that's going to be just guaranteed card draws. So I guess we just get rid of Growth Spiral, because I like everything else in here. Rhythm of the Wild is going to give us a good haste option. We do need to find at least some sort of another red source for Niv Mizzet, but we still got some time. And do we want to go for just kind of a quick Gates of Blaze just to kind of stop any sort? Yeah, let's do that, because that's going to get rid of Playcrafter, even though it is a 3-2. That is a, you know, that's a pretty decent little clock if they get in a few more times, and us stabilizing it. There we go. Finally hit that last red source. Okay, so we've got triple blue. Once we get down Is It Guildgate, that'll allow us to get down Niv Mizzet, and then we can really start cashing in some cards. We do not want to discard Niv Mizzet. We'll get rid of Golgari Guildgate. Yeah, that's fine. And they're going to get down Burglar Rat. So we go, Is It Guildgate? That's going to be another card draw. But you can see where if we didn't have Guild Summit down, that unfortunately that would be one of those things that, yeah, let's go for Rhythm of the Wild. Yeah, I like that. Get down Rhythm of the Wild. That'll leave us open on a Growth Spiral 2. And then we can get down to Niv Mizzet and go from there. But you can see, yeah, you know, if we didn't have Guild Summit, you know how much stuff we would have had to discard. There's going to be a discard from Burglar Rat, a Kitesail Freebooter. There was the other hand disruption. So this definitely allowed us to kind of jump in front of the Burglar Rat discard style deck. And that reminds me of a Burglar Rat. I'm working on a, if you're a fan of Commander, I'm working on a Carador Rat tribal deck right now. And it's very interesting. I enjoy it. Let's get down Zorius Guildgate, cash in an extra card draw off of Guild Summit. And then I'll be able to get down Niv Mizzet and get some good haste option going. Yeah, I like that. So let's go Niv Mizzet. Can't be countered. It's going to have haste from Rhythm of the Wild, and yeah, I like that. We're just going to go and swing in. Let's cash in an extra card draw with the Zorius Guildgate. Howdy, Niv. You doing all right? I always like Niv's animation. I don't know. It just looks good. And then we're going to deal 1 damage to that Burglar Rat. That way we... I just love Niv coming out of his Is It Tower and just like, oh... Okay, so, oh, well, never mind. We draw into Super Secret Niv Mizzet. All right, so they end up going for Murder on Niv Mizzet, but we've got our own backup copy of Niv Mizzet. Hey, thank you, Magic Gods. And then we can go for it again next turn, just kind of rinse and repeat. And see if our opponent gets... Yeah, that's one of those things where I'm like, oh, well, yeah, I guess we'll take it. Let's go for Niv Mizzet again. And we're going to give it haste, and that's going to leave us open for a wonderful Charted Course. Let's go and push in for 5, and we'll see if they have another piece of spot removal. Yeah, that's fine. So we another card draw. We'll deal 1 more damage up top. And unfortunately, it's going to stop us at the attack step, so we can't go for Charted Course. But I think at this point, yeah, let's go Gary Guildgate. We're definitely due to draw. There we go, drawn to something like Hydrocrasis, or drawn to the Gatebreaker Ram, or anything else like that. I guess we get rid of, I don't mind Plaza Harmony. We'll get rid of 1 island, and then we'll go and pass the turn. So next turn, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We get the land drop down with 4, so that will be 10. So we can actually... Do we want to go for Hydroid Krasis or Gatebreaker Ram? I mean, I really like Krasis. That's really going to set up an explosive turn for next turn. All right, so we're going to go X equals 8 and go for Hydroid Krasis. It's going to be 4 card draw. And we're going to have this enter the battlefield with haste because we really want to start putting in some work on our opponent's life total. All right, so they're going to go for Murder again. And we did make them discard 2 cards. I think at this point, we just straight up just go... Guild Summit, and then want to hold on to Gates of Blaze. I guess, yeah, since we're like staring down Hydrocrasis, we can get rid of Plaza of Harmony. Okay, so we at least do have Gatebreaker Ram next turn. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got 9 different guild gates on the battlefield, and so that'll really allow us to really start swinging in at our opponent. Let's go. Is it Guild Gate to see if we can't cash in another... there we go. Gatebreaker Ram. I was just about to say that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we've got 10. That's going to be... Yeah, I like going double Gatebreaker. I was trying to see if we wanted to end up going for Vivian Reed, but I like doing this. It's going to be 12. Let's go Gatebreaker. Oh, look at that. That is that is full lethal right there. Let's go and swing in. They're going to have another piece of removal. So it's going to be 2 attackers, 24 points of damage swinging across. That's going to knock them down to -6. There we go. So you can see our daily quest of just playing lands. It's really rewarding us so far. And you have some really rewarding games with Rhythm of the Wild and just double goats like that. So anyways, I'll see you in the next game. Welcome to Temur Gates. As far as our opening hand goes, we've got Charted Course. We have no red. Well... I guess we could set up, yeah, double Guild Summit. It's actually pretty enticing, especially with Charted Course, and then we could dump Gate. Yeah, we'll keep on this one. Definitely want to see some red in our opening hand, but we can make this work. And I wasn't sure what deck I wanted to play this morning, and let's get down. Go Gary Guildgate, and then we'll pass the turn. I wasn't sure what deck I wanted to play, and my quest for today was to play 40 lands. I was like, well... we have Temur Gates, and that tends to get down a lot of land, so let's go for that. So, hey, that's what we're playing today. Let's go for Charted Course. We're going to draw 2 cards and then discard a card. Now, this actually works out really well in any sort of Temur-style deck or something that you're running Gate Colossus, because you can dump Gate Colossus into the graveyard. Next turn, whenever we get down Simic Guildgate, we're going to be able to put that on top if we want to. We're not really wanting to put it on top at this point right now. So you can basically just kind of leave it in the graveyard as like your kind of backup creature, your second hand. So let's go Simic Guildgate. Yeah, and no, we're not going to put that on top right now because we want to see if we can't hit a land at this point. And then we're going to go and pass the turn. So we've got triple Guildgate in our hand. So if we can get down triple Guildgate, and basically that's going to cash into an Ancestral Vision every single time we play a Guildgate, which I am totally okay with. So at this point... Oh, there we go. Yeah, that always confuses me. It always wants you to manually tap the mana. That way, if you want to leave up some of the Guildgates to tap for it, you can. But we have no extra lane drop, so hopefully we're just trying to get... and in fact, if we hit a Guildgate next turn, we can actually go Guild Summit, get this down, and draw a couple more cards. But our opponent's got a very nice board state developed at this point. They got Murmuring Mystic, which I absolutely love. Murmuring Mystic in Standard, it's a really fun card to play around, and especially in a blue-red shell like this. And they have Goblin Electromancer and Ralzeric, so we've got our work cut out for us. In fact, let's go for that line of play I was talking about. Let's go Guild Summit. Yeah, let's do that, because we're going to be able to get down Guild Summit, and then once we get down this Azorius Guildgate, that's going to allow us to cash in 2 card draw, which I really like. So look at that. Okay. Azorius Guildgate and Niv Mizzet. So we're still going to leave old Gate Colossus in the graveyard. He is really excited to get in there. Put Gate Colossus back into the graveyard off that discard, and then, yeah, there we go. So you can see how good Charted Course is, man. I love that interaction. It's just one of those things in Magic where you're like, man, I love that. Now, as far as everything else in our hand, we do have Thud. Thud, this is one of those cards that, let's say that we're really aggressive with Rhythm of the Wild, then we can use Thud as a kind of a little bit of a closing effect. Other than that, if we can get down Vivian Reed, it's going to be hard to kind of protect Vivian Reed if our opponent gets some sort of spell slinging going with Murmuring Mystic. But at this point right now, we're only down to 18. We do have to watch out for the Ralzeric emblem, because it's going to get to that, if it gets to that -8, that is not going to be good. All right, so at least we can go for Thud on Ralzeric, but we need to set some stuff up. We can do that with Gatebreaker Ram. And so we're going to have to get down Gruul Guildgate if we want to end up going for that particular interaction. So let's go Gatebreaker Ram. Keep our fingers crossed we're not running into a counter spell. If we're running into a counter, okay, there we go. 5/5. Let's go Gruul Guildgate. That's going to be 2 more card draw. And the fun thing about this deck is if you haven't seen this deck before, oh, there we go. Gates of Blaze. It's at decline. You still, man, they are so ready. Those Gate Colossus are so ready to attack. If you haven't seen this deck before, I put this out a long time ago. So if you want to check my arena playlist, you can certainly check it out. Hydroid Krasis. We're really far away from Niv Mizzet, so I think we're just going to dump that into the graveyard for right now. But yeah, if you want to see the deck tech, I put this. It's probably one of the first videos that I put out a long time ago. You can check the deck tech out. But the core concept is basically just Temur, and we're also running Rhythm of the Wild in here. Rhythm of the Wild is going to allow us to get down. Ooh. 1,000-Year Storm. Okay, so, and it's funny because I do have a 1,000-Year Storm deck that's a Temur-based deck, but I have a lot of respect for 1,000-Year Storm, especially if they untap with an open Goblin Electromancer, and then they go for the -8 off Ralzeric. Okay, so we end up going Gates of Blaze. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we get down Guildgate. That'll clear the way for, yeah, that'll actually clear the way for us to knock down Ralzeric and clear their entire board out. So let's do that. So we go Azorius Guildgate. That's going to be 2 more card draw. And that's one of the good things about this deck is you can have a one-sided board wipe, and it just really helps you, scenarios like this. We can get down Gates of Blaze. It's going to clear their entire board out. That's going to leave Gatebreaker Ram as a 7/2. And let's go and push in at Ralzeric. Almost took care of Ralzeric, but knocking him down to 1 is certainly a good thing. And then anything else, can't cast Gate Colossus is 3 right now, so we're simply just going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. So now, unfortunately, with 1,000-Year Storm, if they can just basically start chaining together any sort of cantrips, it's going to be really hard, especially if they go for something like Lightning Bolt, or not Lightning Bolt, but Lightning Strike, or something like Shock. You can get the storm count going pretty good, so let's see if we can survive this turn. Okay, so we're going to have a shock for 1. It's going to be double shock off the second trigger. And you can see how fun, I've built this Temur 1,000-Year Storm deck, and I haven't released it yet, but it's going to be coming out soon. But you can see where you just get 3 Chart of Courses, and you just draw a ton of cards. And the next thing you know, if they just grab a Lightning Strike, it's pretty much going to be a good game. So we'll see what they end up casting. But one of the downsides of the deck is, there is Mortify running around in current standard. And if you go Mortify, or if your opponent just goes Mortify after you tap out for Lava Coil. Okay, I just love imagining all the lava shooting out. But yeah, if your opponent ends up going for Mortify, it's not too much fun. It's kind of a bummer, but you gotta make some risky plays sometimes. All right, so we run into Gates of Blaze. If we want to, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're pretty much not going to be able to go for a full Hydroid Krasis. But at the same time, we really need to do something about Goblin Electromancer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because that just allows for some really explosive turns. So let's do this. We go for 4, so we go Hydroid Krasis for 6. In fact, we want to make sure that we leave up red mana, so I'm going to go ahead and just pre-tap the mana. That way the auto tapper doesn't end up messing us up on this one. So X is going to be 4. It's going to allow us to draw in a few extra cards. Let's go for Thud. And yes, there we go. All right, so we're catching 2 card draw for 6 mana. It's not too bad. Got rid of Goblin Electromancer. And then we're going to go and pass the turn. At this point, we're just trying to get our life total back up to the 20 range with these extra land drops that we're making, because with the storm effect, you can really chain some stuff together. All right, so what's going to get down? Drowned Secrets. Whenever you cast a blue spell, target player puts the top 2 cards. So that will definitely really kind of, oh, goodness. Okay, so this is definitely, the build that I have of Thousand Year Storm is definitely more spell-based deck. And so, okay, so with that on the battlefield, let's go ahead and go Vivian Reed. And then we're going to go for the -3 Thousand Year Storm. And if I didn't get down Vivian Reed quicker to go for this particular line of play, you were sitting there wondering why I didn't. I might have accidentally just kind of looked over the -3 for a second. So let's go. Is it Guildgate? It's going to allow us to cash in 2 more card draw. And then I think, yeah, we'll go and put Gate Colossus on top. We're getting to the point now to where we can really kind of take advantage of those creatures. Decline on that one. Let's go Chart of Course. We just need to find ourselves a Rhythm of the Wild sometime soon. Let's get rid of this last Guild Summit. And then discard a card. I think we'll still hold on to the extra Vivian Reed. And we'll get rid of this last Is It Guildgate. Okay. So we did get rid of our opponent's Thousand Year Storm with Vivian Reed. And then we are sitting at 24 cards in the library. So we really need to kind of start deploying out Gate Colossus to start swinging in. We have not seen, unless it's been milled, we have not really seen Rhythm of the Wild so far yet, and that's one of the ways that we can really have some explosive turns, especially with Gate Colossus. You get down Rhythm of the Wild, and the next thing you know, you can cast these well, there was one, so hopefully we catch another one. But with Rhythm of the Wild, you can end up with some really hasty options, or even just getting down something like Hydroid Krasis to deal lethal damage. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed for that. At least we're going to have the card draw for the turn, and then also have double card draw from the Guild Summits that we do have down. Ooh, but that Whale of the Wall of Lost Dreams will certainly, because these Gate Colossus don't have trample. Oh man, we're getting milled really bad. We're gonna have 16 cards left in our hand, and that's gonna be Omen Speaker. It is pretty cool though, getting milled out by like Storm Mill. It's kind of one of those losses in Magic that it feels good. All right, so let's go. Is it Guildgate? And let's see if we can't hit a Rhythm. All right, so we do not hit Rhythm of the Wild. Do we need to put Gate? Yeah, we're going to put that on top because we can at least go with Growth Spiral. So let's go Growth Spiral. We're going to draw into that last Gate Colossus. And then we're going to put, yeah, we'll go for Girl Guildgate because that'll be a little bit of extra little card draw too. There we go. So now we're running into Rhythm of the Wild. Okay, so let's go Rhythm of the Wild. And let's go for the +1. We're down to 9 cards in the library. Actually, we'll go and grab Gatebreaker Ram. Okay, so let's go Gatebreaker Ram. We're going to give it haste. We're going to go Gate Colossus with haste. You can see how explosive this deck can be, especially just dumping once you finally find that Rhythm of the Wild. Dump that last Gate Colossus with haste, and then let's go ahead and all swing in. Opponent's going to scoop it up. Okay, so we got down to like 9 cards left in the library, but that is a win right there. I will certainly take it. You can see where, we're against the ropes against Mill, but then you get down Rhythm of the Wild, you start casting these 8/8s for free, get down a... You get down a Gatebreaker Ram. I think maybe they could have blocked. Let's go 10 to 4. That's going to be 6, and then there'd be another 8. Yeah, I think they could have. I think they could have blocked and survived potentially, but hey, that's how Magic goes sometimes. Opponent didn't like what we were cooking in our kitchen, in our Temur kitchen, but we certainly enjoyed it. So, anyways, I will see you in the next game. Welcome to Temur Gates. As far as our opening hand goes, we've got, if we had a green source with Growth Spiral, I'd keep it, but let's go to Mulligan. Rhythm of the Wild, Gate Colossus. Very ambitious with Niv Mizzet. Yeah, let's go one more go. Okay, we're going to keep on this one, hopefully. Chart of Course. Yeah. All right, so we've got ourselves in a little bit of a pickle. Let's go Rakdos Guildgate. We'll have that enter the battlefield tapped, and then we're going to go and pass the turn. I tend to mulligan pretty aggressively, so there's sometimes where we mulligan ourselves into not a good spot, and that's one of those spots, but the fun thing is trying to dig yourself out of that spot, so that's what we're going to be going for. Let's get down Forest, and I guess we'll just straight up just go for Gatebreaker Ram. And, if they want to use that House Guild Mage to tap down Gatebreaker Ram, they certainly can. And then we can really start, ooh, okay, so Thief of Sanity. So what we definitely want to see is, okay, Grow Guildgate, that'll work. So we go actually, we need a white source for that. I mean, a blue source. So let's go and push in with a Gatebreaker Ram. And we should have gotten down the Guild Gate first. I was thinking that we could get it down with Guild Summit, and then I forgot we didn't have a blue source, and that kind of threw me for a loop. So a little bit of a misplay on my part. So at this point, hopefully we draw into a blue source. They're going to have that Thief of Sanity. They're going to be able to start grabbing some of the stuff from our top of our library. The thing that we don't want to see is definitely going to be something like Hydrocrisis in a deck like this. So we'll see what's in store for us as it goes. And actually, they dumped a Hydrocrisis. So they went for a Growth Spiral. Okay. That's fair enough. And they're going to go for Discovery, too. And then we draw to Azorius Guildgate. So that is the blue source that we need. So let's go Azorius Guildgate. That's going to put us at a 5/5. And let's go and go for Punch. And this is what this is what I love. Target creature you control deals damage equal to... Oh, no, excuse me. It's target player. Okay. So let's go and push in with the... Push in with the Gatebreaker Ram. It does have Vigilance now, so we're going to be able to deal 5. And then at this point, we're going to punch our opponent. That's going to be an extra... That sounds so goofy. Yeah, let's go for Punch, because we got Jumpstart for next turn. So we're going to choose our creature, choose our opponent. That's going to be 5 damage up top. And then we'll get to knock them down. So if we run into another Guildgate, that'll at least be a... oh, no. Eldritch Reborn. Okay. Now, with Punch and Thud, these are cards in here that are... these are just kind of fun cards. If we can get them going, they can certainly win you games. You can see we've got our opponent's life total down pretty low. And so they did have to tap out pretty far for Eldritch Reborn. So as far as next turn goes, we might end up going for Guild Summit. We can at least go Plaza Harmony Forest. And then we can get the extra land. Yeah, I kind of like doing that. That's going to be some really nice card draw. So let's do this. So let's go Plaza Harmony for blue, Forest, and then we can go Rakdos Guildgate. So let's get down Guild Summit. Still going to tap down the other two other Guild Gates just to cash in some extra card draw. And then once we drop in a Golgari Guildgate, that'll allow us to get an additional card draw too. So, all right, so we're bouncing back from this. Each opponent discards a card. I think at this point, because 1, 2, 3, 4, do we want Hydrocrisis that bad? Because I like Gatebreaker Ram, I like the extra card draw for next turn. You know what? Let's get rid of Gruul Guildgate, because we do have Chart of Course. If we end up going for Gatebreaker Ram, we can still get some card draw off of Chart of Course, or if we just want to tap out for a Hydrocrisis too, we can do that. We have to discard a card, so I guess at this point, yeah, we'll get rid of Chart of Course. And that'll put us on either going for Hydrocrisis or, oh, bummer, man. Get hit with a ton of hand disruption this turn. So very nice play by our opponent. And they're going to get rid of Hydrocrisis. That does at least leave us with Gatebreaker Ram still. And we can get that down. All right, so they're swinging in for 4. That's going to put us down to 12. They're going to get a Thief of Sanity trigger. They still have one more card that they still haven't cast yet. And then we draw into Niv Mizzet, which we cannot get down right now. So let's go for Gatebreaker Ram. It's going to be a 6/6, and unfortunately, we're just going to go and have to pass the turn. Now, if they don't have any sort of answer for Gatebreaker Ram, they do have the Disinformation Campaign. They can get rid of Niv Mizzet if they want to, and that's not the end of the world. But at least we do have Gatebreaker Ram sitting at a 6/6, so if they don't have any sort of counter magic, but if they've got Restless Contempt, that'll get it done. Okay. And that's going to be a Growth Spiral. It's one of the discarded cards. And now, as far as us getting down Niv Mizzet, we do need to, we need to get a few more blue and red. Like I mentioned, Niv Mizzet's a little clunky in this deck. This is actually, I just tossed 2 of them in there this morning just to kind of see how it's going to go out. So, how it's going to play out. So, if you're wondering why it's in there, yeah, it's just kind of just testing it out. All right, so we draw into Gruul Guildgate. Let's go Gruul Guildgate. That's going to allow us to cash in another card draw. We draw into Super Secret Niv Mizzet. So we are looking at triple red. We need to find one more blue source. Then we can get down Niv Mizzet and really kind of stop this Thief of Sanity. Because with this Thief of Sanity, oh, look at that. They've got our Rhythm of the Wild. It's going to knock us down to 4. Yeah, it's kind of like playing against Gonti when you're trying to play against these Thief of Sanities. It's just so hard whenever they start grabbing all of our stuff. Let's go for Chart of Course, but I think this, unless we hit a Gates of Blaze, we can end up going for a Hydrocrisis, but I just don't think we can get enough blockers down. So we get rid of Niv Mizzet, We go Hydroid Krasis for 3, which doesn't do anything. Other than I just maybe, yeah, Hydroid Krasis. So, well, that will put us back up to 5. Okay. So we can at least do that. We can block on one of these creatures, on the Gatebreaker Ram or Thief of Insanity finally. And if they want to swing in for the other 2, they certainly can. So that'll buy us another turn. And then next turn, oh, bummer, they got a hostage taker. So good game by our opponent. That's going to get rid of Hydroid Krasis. And yeah, good game, good game. That was well played out. Unfortunately, we kind of got a little aggressive with our mulligan, and the fact that they're getting a hasty hostage taker off for them in the wild, that's some good magic right there. So good game by our opponent. It's always fun to get to play our deck. When your opponent plays your deck better than you do, that's always a very interesting time in Magic. So anyway, good game to our opponent, and if you enjoyed the videos today, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.